Hello, welcome to my channel, Oracle Intuitions. My name's Catherine, and this is your forecast for May 2020. In this reading, we're going to be looking into the current energies going into May, such as what you're allowing to come through and what energies you may be blocking, as well as how to get the most out of this month ahead. We're also going to be looking into your surrounding relationships, and we're going to be closing the reading off with messages from Spirit regarding your current journey. Just so you know, guys, I'm an intuitive reader, which means that while I do read traditional tarot, I also look into the energies that I feel are here as I'm performing my readings. I'm very honest and I'm very blunt, and I'm just going to remind you that because my readings are for the collective, not all readings will resonate with everyone. If you do enjoy this reading, however, and you'd like a more in-depth personal reading, please see the link to my website below. I've also listed all the cards used in this reading, as well as a schedule of all of the readings that I'm going to be doing on my channel. If you would like to be alerted every time I post a new reading, please click subscribe and hit the notification bell. And now let's begin. Hello, Leo. Welcome to my channel today. We are going to be looking into the energies from May 2020. We're going to be looking into what you're allowing, what you're bringing into the month of May, maybe things that you're blocking, and also we're looking into the energies that are going to help you throughout the month of May. So we're going to start off with some oracle cards. We're going to start off with the Heal Yourself oracle cards. We're going to be clarifying with the tarot cards. Remember that all of the decks that I'm using are in the description box below. And let's get started. So we're looking into Leo energies for May. Let's see what's coming up. Beauty. Okay. Well, that is procrastination, sexual arts, victim consciousness. This card has come up a few times for many of the signs actually already, and entrapment. So right off the bat, Leo, this is what I'm getting. I'm feeling, what I'm getting here is I'm really picking up an energy of some of you are feeling stifled. Okay, I feel like a lot of us are feeling stifled right now, with the events going on in the world. But, you like to be out. You like to, you're social creatures. You like to, you like to be out there. This is, again, these readings, if they're not resonating with you, that's okay. Just take the messages that do resonate with you, leave the rest. But I feel like you want to get out there. I feel like you want to, express yourself. I feel like you're feeling a little, trapped, to be honest. And it's funny because, as I've been doing these readings, this is the first time that this has really shown up, for any of the signs, like that feeling of like wanting to just release yourself. Like you just really want to go. You want to, you want to start doing the things that, socially you've been sort of, trapped by not being able to do. I do feel there is a little bit of victim consciousness in there. Basically, you're also taking some time to readjust your life is what I'm getting. I feel like for some of you, you're taking this time. This is what I'm really picking up here, Leos, is that some of you have had really busy lives, or you may have been very social creatures, and it was really hard to go into this place of having to restrain yourself. Okay, now whether this is within a work situation, even if you're frontline, you're not doing the things that you were once able to do, there's a little bit of entrapment in there, or maybe you're working extra long hours. But what I'm really getting here is it's also allowed you to really evaluate some areas of your life and things that you might be able to readjust. But I'm also getting in here, you're getting a new sense of like this beauty card coming through. I'm feeling like for some of you, you're developing a new sense of self. You're looking at your your past life, I guess, is what I want to say. Like, the last month or two that we've been sort of, confined. And I'm feeling like some of you are going, I'm kind of enjoying this. Like, at first I felt really trapped, but now I'm starting to develop a whole new sense of self. I have the time now to look inside myself, to see that beauty that's inside of me, externally, physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever it is. But I feel some of you have been fighting it too. Okay, so even though you have this feeling of entrapment, a little bit of victim consciousness coming through here, I'm also feeling like some of you are, sort of fighting this energy of really enjoying this. Okay, so you're not really allowing yourself to enjoy it, but you are enjoying it. Okay, this is what I'm getting from some of you. I'm also feeling that for some of you, especially, for some reason, I am hearing some of you that are out in the workforce. I am sort of picking up here just on an intuitive level that some of you are, even though the restrictions are there, you're feeling kind of okay with them. Okay, at first it was really hard. There was a lot of maybe resistance towards the energies that are going on around you, but now you're settling in. I am getting from some of you too that there may be somebody that you kind of have an interest in, but it may not be particularly like an interest in somebody else, but it's allowed you to, this time away has allowed you again to really explore your own inner beauty, and perhaps yourself, is there more to what I've already been doing? I feel like some of you are looking into this and going, is there more out there? Whether, the sexual arts doesn't need to always mean, sexuality. It doesn't need to be sex or intimacy, but it's like that intimacy within yourself. It's that balance also within yourself, that 3-3 coming in, that balance. And I'm feeling like some of you are going, geez, I was so busy, or I've been doing it this way and this way and this way, being very stubborn in the manner of which I've been doing things, that now I'm starting to see a different way. There's a little bit of holding back is what I'm getting, but for a good majority of you, you're like, there's more to life than what I was doing. I want to explore that, and that's where I'm feeling like that sexual art is coming through. So we're going to do some clarification with the tarot and see what comes up, but that's just what I'm getting at first for the month of May. This might, if you haven't felt this energy I feel is going to be playing a part throughout the month of May, and this might be things that you want to explore. You might be wanting to explore, what is it that is beyond this veil, what these things that I've already been doing. That's what I'm picking up. So we've got that Knight of Coins coming through. So that's way too many cards. Right away with this Knight of Coins. So what, he's one of my favorite cards, and the reason for that is because there's no rush behind it. It's a chance to evaluate every step, and it's a chance to take things, inwardly and in what I'm trying to say, into yourself, and look at each step in a methodical way. And I feel like, again, some of you may have been, kind of procrastinating, like holding back, resisting, I guess is the best way, what I want to say. The changes that are happening, whether within your work field, whether this is in, your relationships or things, that were in your life in the past. I feel like there's changes, but you're doing this methodically. You're taking each step as it comes. So you're not doing this big rush and going, I have to go and do this. I feel like you're like, okay, I'm going to take this step and I'm going to see where it leads me. So that Seven of Swords energy is coming in. I feel like some of you are in this state of going, maybe I've been lying to myself. Maybe I've been lying to myself. Maybe I am not seeing things the way that I could have been seeing them. This is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting with that, you know, again, that procrastination or resistance, you know, that Seven of Swords energy. It's sort of something, it's like it's sneaking up on you. This energy of looking at things in a different manner is kind of coming in, and you're looking at each element and you're going, okay, I can do this. That Five of Swords energy is also coming through. So what I'm getting with this is, you know, okay, Leos, you're a very take charge type of people. Okay, you know what you want, you go for it. And sometimes in the process of doing so, and this is not a bash towards Leos in any sort of sense or form, but sometimes when we decide, there's somebody scraping something outside, so I apologize if you can hear that. It sounds like a very annoying scraping. But sometimes, you know, you tend to just take what is coming in and you just sort of run with it. Okay. And the Five of Swords energy can be very much a win or lose sort of card. And Leos always like to win. Okay. We all like to win, but you know, it is a part of being Leo. Leos are very take charge type of people, and you know what you want and you run for it. You know, you grab a hold of it and you just go with it. And it's what I'm getting here is that for some of you Leos, I feel like you're looking at that and you're going, you know, maybe I could kind of change that up again. But I'm going to take each step. I'm going to take each step as it comes. And so you're doing this in the beautiful best way that you possibly could. You're not rushing into everything. You're really taking each step and you're calculating it, you're looking at it, and you're like, okay, this would work for me. This is what I'm getting for some of you. It's like you're letting some of your past resistance or your past life, like things that really kept you busy, things that really kept you going, I feel like you're starting to release them. Yeah, that Four of Coins energy. So you were very resistant sometimes about releasing things or letting things go in the past, but now you're seeing a brighter future. Okay, so that Ten of Pentacles card is coming through, and this Ten of Pentacles is like security, you know, for the future. It's like security, you know, family life, material. Basically, you're setting yourself up for the future in a very positive way. And this Four of Coins energy that's coming through with that Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is very much a letting go card. Okay, when you let things that no longer serve you go, better things can come in. Okay, so things that are no longer helping you or serving you, you know, it's basically, it's like those, you know, swords in the back, like you realize defeat, you know, you're allowing that defeat to happen, but that defeat brings positive changes coming through. And it's staying here with that Four of Coins energy, you know, that Four of Pentacles, like stop hanging on to stuff. Stop hanging on to stuff that, you know, you don't need anymore. Stop hanging on to stuff that is just, it's nonsense. You know, I don't need to have this in my life. I don't need to be a workaholic, or I don't need to have, you know, I don't need to even portray, you know, a perfect family life, or I don't need to, you know, always be on top of everything every single second of the day. And I want to explore these things that are, you know, could be more beneficial in my life. It's like allowing yourself to explore. It's allowing yourself to recognize, you know, that inner beauty. These are so much Leo cards. It's funny because I'm looking at this beauty card and I just see, you know, this beautiful, you know, lioness, almost like that's what she reminds me of. It's like this beautiful lioness, you know, and for me, I'm looking at that and I'm like, oh my gosh, these are so amazingly Leo cards, and it's just such a beautiful energy, but they're so strong. They're such strong people. And what I'm really getting here is, you know, even though you guys felt like maybe you were a little bit held down because of the, you know, the events in the world, I feel that it really has allowed you to discover new and exciting things about yourself, and you're just debating if these are things that you're going to take into the future. But again, you're taking it step by step. You're evaluating everything. You're letting go of things that, you know, maybe you were fooling yourself with. Maybe, you know, you don't need to work 2,400 million hours out of the day. You know, maybe you can take some time to yourself. This is what I'm getting. Please excuse the squeaky chair. I'm sitting on a chair that's making all kinds of noise. That's that squeaking that you hear. But what I'm really getting here is, as you're going through this process, and this might be a process that you've already brought in to May, but I feel like this is going to become stronger throughout the month of May, and you're really discovering who you are, who Leo is, like who you are inside, all of these beautiful qualities that you have, you know, internally, externally, and within yourself, within your soul. You're allowing all of this to be released. So this is what I'm getting, just opening up for the month of May, Leo. We're going to look into, we're going to go into your surrounding relationships at the current moment, okay? So just give me 1 second. I'm just going to get the cards. So we're going to open them up with the Romance Angels, Romance Oracle Angels cards, but we're going to be taking a look into relationships that are surrounding you, upcoming energies, okay? So whether you're in a committed relationship or whether you're single, we're going to just take a look at the energies that are surrounding you. Trust, yeah? Okay. Playfulness. Oh, I love that. That's such a Leo card too. Playful. You deserve love. Unrequited love. Release your ex. Okay. This actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, so Leo, here we go. I feel like some of the energies that, you know, bringing again, you know, from April into May, lasting throughout the month of May, things that you may want to work on. I am feeling here, you know, that victim consciousness card that came through. I do feel like, you know, for some of you, not all of you, again, you know, go with what resonates with you. I feel like there are some of you that are hanging on to, you know, some old past relationships. That unrequited love, you may have found yourself in relationships that, you know, weren't the most beneficial for you. Maybe the person didn't return that that chemistry or that affection that you were trying to show them. You know, Leos can be very affectionate. They can also be very distant, you know, at the same time. But I feel like, you know, for some of you, if you had gone through that relationship or, you know, through that I guess that pain, what it's actually telling you here is it's time to release that, okay? You know, more than likely that person wasn't really deserving of your affection anyway. But it is also saying here too, is you deserve love, you know, and it's time to recognize that. And I feel like that's why that beauty card came through. It's time to take a new look at yourself. It's time to take a new look at, you know, internally, externally, you know, I feel like saying the word breath. Let's like take a new breath. take a deep breath and look really deeply into yourself and going, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am, strong. I feel like for those of you that are already in committed relationships, I'm just hearing the messages that are coming through, seeing if there's any that are coming through. I'm actually feeling like for those of you that may be in committed relationships, I do feel there's a little bit of maybe tension that might have happened, throughout, the past month or so. I feel like it's time to release that too. Sometimes you guys like to, as Leos, you like things a particular way. You like things done in a particular way. Not everybody can live up to that. And I feel like sometimes too, is you also beat yourself, internally when you might not be feeling like you're pleasing of somebody else, okay? And what it's saying is it's time to release that. I actually feel like, your current relationship is going to get better, or you're going to take a look at it and decide, okay, like it's time to move on from this. But it's saying here for you to really trust yourself, okay? The situation is calling you to have faith, but I feel like that faith is within you, more so than external. I feel like this month for Leo is all about internal change, internal looking into yourself internally as opposed to externally. I think that for some of you before, you really looked at things, who was paying you attention, who you felt were coming into your field, and now you're in a place where, no, I'm going to seek this out. I'm going to, I recognize my worth, right? It is saying here, you deserve love. You are, you are lovable. You are worthy. It's telling you too, it's funny because that playfulness card showed up, and it very much reminds me of Leo. Like, they're so playful, like they have, you guys have such a good heart. And it's saying here to recapture the romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine, because I feel like maybe some of you have been repressing that. And it's time to allow it to come out. I feel almost too is like what I keep getting from the general energy around this is I feel like there's a bubbling inside of you, like you're recognizing, oh, this makes me feel good. This makes me feel happy. I want to continue doing, this, or this. And for me, what I keep getting with that is like, you're a little bit scared about moving forward with that. That's where that, that Knight of Pentacles came through, because, it's kind of slow, taking your time. It's like a lion sort of creeping up to its prey. Right? Like that reminds me of sort of that Knight of Pentacles energy. It's like taking my time. I'm checking each step. And I'm getting here, like, as you're going through that, each step that you're taking, you're feeling this bubbling excitement about moving forward. I feel like for those of you that are, single and, looking for relationships, I feel that allowing yourself to move past your old restraints is really going to help. So some of you may have been stuck in a place of, he or she's got to be like this, or, I'm not going to take somebody who does this. I feel like there's a little bit of letting go of some of the restraints that you may have previously had on yourself, and you're starting to really look inside of yourself, and you're going, does that really matter? Does it really matter if he has a blue car, as an example? Does it really matter if he, makes X amount of money? Does it really matter if she is, like this? I feel like those restraints from the past starting to be released a little bit. You're not ready to rush into it. You're not going to, go pick up somebody, or You know what I'm saying? I'm just joking about the picking up, but you know what I mean? You're not going to rush out and, you know, end up in a relationship with somebody that, you know, not making you satisfied. Like, you're still going to have that moral compass that Leos have, because you have a very high moral compass. But what I'm saying is that, you know, you're starting to release some of those restrictions that you had put upon yourself. This is what I'm really getting. I'm also getting here too, is that with that unrequited love and release your ex, I'm feeling like as you're going through this process of releasing the past, more and more of this playfulness, this deserving, you deserve love, is starting to really come through. You're starting to really recognize all the things that you're worthy of, all the things that you know that you deserve. I feel like you're in this place of just balance. This is what I'm getting for you, Leo. So I'm going to pull some clarifying cards, you know, for the tarot in regards to your romantic life. And I'm sorry, again, there's people talking outside. So if you hear that, I give my apologies. All right. Yeah, I feel like this is just such a, like, I feel like this is such a strong month for you, Leo. I truly do. I really like this month. You're really coming into, you know, it's funny because Leos are so strong, but you're coming even more into your own strength. This is what I really get. Okay, that Five of Pentacles energy. Yeah, sometimes in the past you really had, oh, that one just flew right out. Just give me 1 second here. Sometimes in the past you held on to, you know, things that you were looking at. That Five of Pentacles energy, it feels like, you know, you don't need to focus on that stuff. Okay, you don't need to focus on, you know, your ex. You don't need to focus on that unrequited love, like things that are no longer serving you. You have a hard time sometimes putting trust into people. I feel like you trust yourself. You know, you do. You trust yourself. But saying that, it's also hard to sometimes put that trust into others because of that. That Four of Wands energy is coming through, and it's talking about you deserve love. You are lovable. This is the completion card. So whenever I see this, to me, it looks like, it's like a person feeling in a place of completeness. So you've gone through this cycle. Okay, you're going through this cycle of releasing some of the stubbornness, releasing some of the things that you no longer need. I feel like you're just becoming stronger internally. That Knight of Cups energy is coming through, the Magician, and look at that Queen of Wands. I love it, love it. So this Queen of Wands, this is the, whenever I see this card, okay, for me, this is what we strive for. I guess this would be like the epiphany of, you know, that strength, that inner beauty, that inner strength. She is confident, she's strong, she's secure in herself. This is what I feel like you are working towards, okay? You already have that, Leo. You know, many of you already have that. You're already in that place. But this Magician coming through is basically saying this last month or so, or what is going into this month of May, is bringing in this energy, this Magician. You can create whatever you want. So if some of you were sort of in a place where you were unsure of yourself, you're not sure of the energy or the feelings that were coming through for you, it's saying you can have that faith, you can have that trust in this energy. It's time to, I mean, even her, look at her. She looks like this beautiful lioness. I love it. I love it. It was like that beauty card, you know, in the first round that we had done. It's just, it just represents, to me, it just looks like this woman who is just so, you know, woman or man, that is just so full of confidence. It's that Leo energy is what I keep getting off of this. So then I look at this Knight of Cups, and I feel like something coming forward. Now, whether this is a relationship that you're currently in, Leo, or whether this is a relationship that, you know, you would like to have in if you're single, or maybe it's somebody that, you know, you're currently seeing. I feel like things are about to go through a change. There's going to be, the Knight of Cups talks about, you know, sometimes a presentation of love of some sort. I feel like this is either a presentation of love to yourself or somebody coming through with a presentation of love. So if you're in a current relationship, I do feel like things are, you know, becoming better. Okay, I feel like, you know, there may have been a little bit of clash, and maybe at the beginning of all this, maybe, you know, there was a loss of possible trust that you had in regards, you know, is this everything going to be okay? Are we going to be okay? You know, this feeling of having to take over, or maybe control, or, you know, not allow the energy to just flow. But I feel like now you're in a place where things are coming forward. Relationships are getting better. Somebody is looking at you as this strong, confident woman, and or man, the strong, confident person. I keep saying woman, but and I feel like you're going to what I'm getting here is this. It's like this energy, somebody is looking at you and they're going, oh, it could be also you looking at yourself, but you're just feeling like this complete strength, this, you know, absolute beauty that is inside of you, that you are allowing now to shine. And I almost feel like, even though at the beginning of all of this there was a little bit of feeling of entrapment and a feeling of insecurity and a feeling of, you know, loss of control, I feel now, as you know, we're getting into these next phases, I feel like this has been such an enlightenment time for you, Leo, is what I'm really getting. I feel like you're about to shine even more than you were previously. And what I want to look into now is we're going to get some closing messages from Spirit in regards to the next month. So just give me 1 second. And we're just going to see what messages Spirit has to say in regards to this upcoming month. It's such a weird day today because, like, the sun will come out and, you know, you can really see the cards clearly, and then, you know, the clouds are coming, and so then I had to kind of, you know, move this curtain over here to block off some of that, like some of the, it was really gray and it sort of, you couldn't see the cards. And so it's been one of those days. I've been trying to do these readings, and, you know, I feel like I'm playing with the lights all the time. But I would love to know in the comments, you know, how this reading has resonated with you, and, you know, what kind of readings would you like to see in the future? I do have a schedule below of what readings I'm going to be bringing onto my channel. But if there are certain readings that you would like to see for the collective, write them below. I will see if I can incorporate them, you know, either into the schedule or maybe just do them, you know, as a special reading. All right, so let's take a look, and we're going to see what messages Spirit has for Leo in regards to May. All right, so we have the Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. Be open to healing information. And the Sun, enjoy success and happiness. And the Mountains, stand your ground. So this is what I'm getting, Leo, right off the bat. I feel like, again, you know, look at the, you know, again, these two somehow represent like this beautiful long manes, you know, this beautiful long set of hair. I keep looking at like all of these cards that are coming up. They just really represent Leo. Like, you know, every time I envision Leo, you know, it's like this, not that you all have this, you know, amazing mane of hair. You might be bald. It doesn't really matter. But when I think of the Leo energy, this is what I see. And I love that these cards are showing up. It's like, for me, it's like, you know, indicative that these messages are meant for you. And it's saying here, make plans to focus, be open to healing information. So these two cards right away is what I'm getting, is that healing energy that you've been going through, this reevaluating, you know, looking at things in a different perspective. It's saying now, you know, now you can maybe make those changes that you've been sort of feeling about making changes about. Do you need to be as busy? Do you need to be as, you know, go? Have you been enjoying, you know, just taking some time to yourself? Because I feel like some of you haven't been taking time to yourself at all, whether you've got families or kids, or, you know, whether it's, you know, busy work schedules, whatever it is. It's saying, take the time. Open yourself to that healing energy and take the time. And then it's coming up with this, you know, the sun, enjoy success and happiness, and the mountains are the stand your ground. So even sometimes when we decide to make changes within our lives, other people might not like the changes that they're seeing in us. Okay, maybe they're not used to seeing that different energy. Maybe they're so used to you being one way that, you know, they don't want to see changes. And a lot of people are like that. Like, we don't like to see other people change. We don't like changes within our own life, so we don't want others to change. This is saying here, stand your ground. If these changes feel good for you, you go for them, Leo. You know, if you need to change your schedules, if you need to, you know, look into other, you know, things, allow yourself to do so. That Chariot energy is coming up. I love it. Yeah, there's the wheel. Changes are coming through. The Ten of Air, allowing yourself to release again. And that Eight of Water. Okay, so here's what we're getting. We've got that Chariot, and it says an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. I feel like that making plans and focus, you're allowing yourself to move forward. Okay, you're healing, you're moving forward, you're going for it. You're going for those changes that you want to make. I feel like this month of May is going to be crazy important for you guys. I do. I really feel, even if you take that Knight of Pentacles slow, methodical approach to it, that's okay. It is going to make those absolute changes that you have been either desiring, you know, for your life, or changes that were just absolutely needed. And it's coming in the wheel, and it says a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. So when you make these changes, don't stay in the element of fear. Okay, so that Ten of Air, it says the end of a difficult situation, embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from, you know, some addiction, that's just part of the wording. But I feel like allow yourself to go through these changes. Let go. On the other side is that sunlight. It's that brightness. It shows you walking away from something, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. This is the time for you, Leo. It's the time for you to broaden your horizons, whether it's inside of yourself, whether it's, you know, on a physical, personal or spiritual level. It is showing that, you know, parts of that past weren't working. Parts of the past you've been feeling that change to move forward, and now is the time to take it and embrace it and go forward with this strength of security and confidence. And I truly hope that's helped, Leo. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.